Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and I managed to see Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. And after seeing almost every one of these MonsterVerse films in theaters, it was nice to see another one on the big screen. I never saw the 2014 Godzilla film, which, if you watch that film now, my word, this franchise, this universe has come a long way from the dark, kind of gritty tone, if you will, of that first Godzilla film. But it still has that realistic feel to it at times, I would say. So there's that. But Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. What did I think of it? Well, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it. So there's that. So to start break for my pre-rating score, I'm gonna say that Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire is a good movie, guys. Yes, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I had fun with it, and it's a MonsterVerse film, so I'm happy about that being still enjoyable. All right, so getting into the story without really spoiling too much. Basically, Godzilla and Kong must team up to stop some monsters. That's really it. That's really all I can say without spoiling too much. The trailers give an idea of what's going on. Yes, Hollow Earth is involved. Yes, there are some returning players from the previous film or films involved. But in all honesty, it's a MonsterVerse film, so you should probably know what you're gonna expect by now. Now, in terms of the positives, the action in this movie is great. There's some pretty brutal and bloody kaiju action, and I love that. And it also helps that some familiar faces may show up. Maybe one or two, who knows? That's all I'll say about that. In terms of kaiju, I'm not going to say who it is. They did a really good job of not showing that in the trailer, but that's all I'll say about that. Another thing I also really liked was the directing. There was some really good directing in this movie. I thought Adam Wingard did a great job. There's some really nice, epic, wide cinematic shots in this movie that are just probably going to stay with people for a very long time now. I mean, the thumbnail did kind of give one away, but just like Marvel, there's some CGI trickery there that they may or may not have removed one character from that scene. So there's that. And another thing I also really liked was some of the monsters. There are some great monsters in here. Some of them are total dicks. Godzilla's kind of a dick to Godzilla. Godzilla's kind of a dick to Kong at first when they kind of reunite, and that's all I'll say about that. But overall, there were some really great, likable monsters. It's not that I didn't like the monsters overall, it's just monsters that are like dicks because they're that are just straight up villains. You can't like them. I'm sorry, you just can't. So there we go. Now, getting into the negatives, my biggest issue with this movie is what has been brought up already. I'm sure you probably heard it by now. This movie needed more Godzilla. Godzilla's not in this movie that much. It's called Godzilla X Kong. It should be Kong X Godzilla, in my opinion. But no, it's not. So for whatever reason, they just call it Godzilla X Kong because I guess Godzilla started off the universe. Godzilla is not in this movie as much as I thought he or she would be. I still don't know if it's a he or she. I think it's a she because female names usually end in A or don't end in like A. Usually end in a vowel sometimes. So there we go. Anyway, another thing I also didn't really like about this movie is the CGI. There's some CGI that's not that great, some very wonky, iffy CGI. There's some creatures that really feel like video game graphics. Like I could just tell by the texture of them how they look and how they design. Like even that baby monkey that you see in the trailer, it doesn't look that good, right? Come on, you have to be honest with you. Like the CGI with the eyes is just there's something off about that. If you know what I mean. And finally, another big issue I found with this movie is that the plot was not all that interesting, in my opinion. It wasn't the most compelling and interesting plot. It wasn't that I was like bored and stuff like that. Like the human stuff was whatever because we've already been down that rabbit hole in terms of like the human stuff. Not the most interesting. Well, I mean here they try to do something interesting, but still not the best. But the plot overall was not as interesting Godzilla versus Kong. Like the Godzilla versus Kong plot was like not just about them fighting, there was something else going on. But here it's like they're trying to flesh out the world even more, add more mythology to it, which is cool. But the monster verse that we paid our money to see these monsters. And do you get to see these monsters? Yes. I just wish the plot was a lot more interesting. So there's that. So for that reason, I would say this is not one of my favorite MonsterVerse films. I would say that Godzilla vs. Kong is still my favorite. If I were to rank them very quickly, at the bottom will be Godzilla King of Monsters. Then it would probably be this. Then it would probably be Kong Skull Island, maybe. Actually, yeah, maybe Kong Skull Island. Then Godzilla 2014. Actually, no, Godzilla 2014, then Kong Skull Island, and then Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah, because I do like Kong Skull Island. quite a bit because it's a fun adventure movie and I'm a sucker for adventure films. So there we go. But guys, overall, I enjoyed Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. As a final score, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Do I think it's worth a watch? Yes. Do I think it's silly? Yes. Does it know it's silly? Absolutely. There's some very silly moments. Even Dan Stevens in this movie is just acting so silly at times. You just have to go on the ride with him, I guess. With them, I would say. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. It also kind of feels weird, and I'm not going to spoil it, but I wouldn't really say this is spoiled because they don't appear in this movie. Millie Bobby Brown and Kyle Chandler. Like, it's kind of weird that they just completely ignored those characters. Even Alexander Skarsgård. Like, they are 100% on this movie. And if they were, I mean, I wouldn't even mention it at all. So there's that. But you could probably tell based on the trailers, right? And I haven't Googled, like, why they're not in this movie. But I guess because they're filming other things and stuff. So there's that. But overall, Godzilla X Kong The New Empire was a solid film. So there we go. Another movie down for the year. 4 down. Quite a few more to go. I mean, I still have not seen Argyle, Deadpool, Wolverine. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that movie. Man, if that movie fails, I don't know what will happen. Rebel Moon Part 2, cannot say I will see straight away because I've not seen Part 1, even though I heard Part 1 sucks ass. Pretty sure I said the same thing in my Dune Part 2 review when I talked about Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2 again. Monkey Man, I've heard great things about it. Maybe I'll watch it. So there's that. But guys, that's it. Also, One Piece reviews will be coming soon. I'm halfway through both Stargate, SG-1 and Atlantis. So don't worry, soon. It will happen soon. My goal is to get to One Piece before May. We'll see. So April, I have to just knock out both these shows. So there we go. But guys, I enjoyed Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Tell me what are your thoughts on this movie in the comments down below. And what movie are you looking forward to for the rest of the year? What's your most anticipated movie? I know it's still early to say that, but I mean, considering that many people were just so hyped and pumped out of the mind for Dune Part 2, what's your number one most anticipated movie now for the rest of the year? Is it Deadpool and Wolverine? Is it Sonic 3? What is it? Tell me in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name's Akil, otherwise known as a comic director, and I'm signing out.